Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sparrows here on Roll for Chaos. Hope you have had a nice little break. You know, got some time to relax, got to get the jitters out so we can bring them right back as explosive decompression happens immediately, right this second. We'll give you a chance, I guess. So, as you get that message from Red Iron, that door is already starting to open, and the moment it squeaks past, the rush of air that goes out, you were already anticipating there not being, a whole lot of atmosphere in there. What you weren't anticipating is the fact that half of the hangar is gone. So, what do you do as a reaction? And then I'll ask Amos afterwards, as this suddenly starts pulling you towards the door very fast.
I want to slap the door close fast button.
The door closed fast button. Let's get a brains roll in and see if you get lucky. Now, this door is now being pulled by a massive force comparative to normal, and while it is designed for the void to a degree, this is an interior wall. This is not a blast door. So there's a chance this won't work. You get an 11. Is that your roll there?
I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to ace that.
All right, here goes an ace, and let's see what happens. That is an 8. You go to slam the panel, you get pulled forward, your arm bounces off the edge of the door as it tries to twist and pull you through. Give me a tough roll to avoid any damage. Your target is a 12 or higher to avoid damage, but you'll get banged against the wall a little bit. That is a 3. Clarion is going to take a hit to the left leg for 6 damage as it just wrenches you through this door. Your left leg only has 4 health. That puts you at 0 as the leg shatters against the frame and spins and goes to pull you through. However, Amos is nearby. We have to see what happens with him now as this occurs, and maybe he can save you from being drawn out and tossed end over end into the void. Amos, this door starts to open. Red Iron's voice comes over your comms telling you it's dangerous, and then suddenly Clarion is just bouncing off the wall. You see like a knee joint just shatter sideways as she goes flying through. What do you do as it starts pulling you as well?
They are going to dig their feet in and, if at all possible, grab Clarion.
All right, give me an agile roll as you're attempting to quickly grab a hold of Clarion and keep her from flying into the void with a 14.
Okay.
Amos lashes out, grabs a hold of your arm, and then you're just kind of like spaghettiing, where you've got like one arm held. And Amos, you dig your feet in, you put your other arm in the shield and brace it against the wall, and you're just... It's currently not closing or being fixed, though. You're going to have to find a way to like close off this way. You have to move Clarion back away from the actual void. How are you going to block this? Or what are you going to do to try to resolve the problem there, Amos?
How big is the shield compared to the door?
Almost the right size. Pretty close.
What do I need to roll to swap the android with the riot shield?
I will have you roll a strong, as that's going to require you to brace yourself, maneuver Clarion around and the shield one-handed with each one. Strong roll with a target of 15 or higher to switch Clarion and the shield in place. If you wedge it sideways a little, you'll block off this area, but it won't completely stop the leak of atmosphere. It will, however, give you a ledge or a something in the way, an obstacle that'll keep you from flying into the void.
If I roll a 20, can that shield just be in there enough so that Clarion can close the door?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this.
Strong roll.
And they just nonchalantly attempt to do this.
16.
That is a 16.
That is not a 20, but that is enough to move Clarion back to the side, to shove your shield in and block it. You put one foot on and brace it. You're still having that air just being drawn out of it at the moment, whizzing past your ears. But Clarion, you now find yourself back on the ground, kind of crumpled down a little bit with one leg below you.
Amos just looks down at her, and we just see a line of text from Clarion's perspective, just an old MS-DOS style input line. Closed door, 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 closed door.
All right.
Yep.
So we are now going to go to the other crew and see what is occurring with them before we come back to resolve this outpost debacle. Leifei and Beatrix, you are aboard the ship. You have just moved out of the position where the explosion happened. Leifei, you have got the ship back under control after the massive waves hit it. And you hear Cullens cry out from nearby. B, or somebody help!
What happened, Cullens?
The ship, it just went sideways, and the captain, he clattered across the floor. Something stuck into him, and now he's saying weird things.
Oh no! And B will run down to see what's happening.
You rush after
Leifei
Cullens. Go ahead, Leifei.
He's also going to run off from his duty.
Leifei jumps down and heads after B towards the captain's quarters. And Carrot from behind goes, "Oh, don't you worry. I'll take care of the helm for you." And Carrot rushes up the side and sits at the wheel and starts holding it. Scarborough goes. And we move over to B and Leifei rushing into the room. You see the captain like wandering about inside of the medical bay, kind of stomping his hands, reaching out for whatever's around him. He's not really like facing you at the moment. B, what do you do?
Captain Cutlass, are you okay?
B, stay back. He's dangerous. Zep says to you. And you see Cutlass kind of turn, and his eyes have gone completely black. So he's standing there in front of you. You. You and your friend. You and your friend. You know where it is. You know where it is. Leifei, the captain, is deep in the thrall of something. Whatever it is now controlling him.
Captain?
Elf.
Leifei unwraps his chains from his hand.
Rattle down to the floor. Toys. You wouldn't harm your beloved captain now, would you?
I would.
Brutal. B, beside you, Zep just says, he's in its thrall now. I don't know why I didn't see this before. I still feel blind. I still feel incompetent. Excuse me for my outbreak. If only I was stronger. If only... He seems to seek the same energy source I was looking for, B.
What can we do, Zep? We have to stop him. He can't get it.
Sometimes you have to put down a rabid animal, unfortunately.
No, we're not killing Captain Cutlass.
Beatrix, you should not disregard my counsel in this.
I love you, Zep, and you're my best friend, but we're not killing Captain Cutlass. We'll tie him up. We'll keep him away from the energy, but we've got to save him.
Tie me up. Huh. Look. We may have gotten off on the wrong foot. We're fine. Everything's fine.
We will be once Clarion comes and fixes the captain.
They
For now.
Put your weapons away. Beatrix, just give me space. I just need to think. His eyes start to come white for a second again. Just get the hell out of my head. Leifei, tie me up now.
The captain's still in there. Let's tie him to the table.
Yeah, his chains are unwound. They go and wrap around him. He does not get close.
Give me an agile roll to see how well you tie him.
12.
Not great, not terrible. Currently, the captain is not fighting back. Right, to keep everyone safe, keep everyone away from me. I don't know if it can spread. I tried to have this removed multiple times. Doctors told me it's a death sentence. If it comes back, you have to take me out.
We can't do that, Captain. We're saving you. Clarion's getting the stuff she needs right now to save you. Sylvia, can you help Archimedes?
Sylvia answers you. Yes, she answers you. This condition is not uncommon where I am from. There is no saving him.
What is wrong with him?
He happens to have come into contact with biological life form 18631459. I believe you call it thallium. Yes. While back, when I ran with the other ship, Captain Cal, I ended up inside of a pool of this smog multiple times. They keep telling me they remove it and it comes back, and they remove it and it comes back, but usually it's not so much of a problem unless I'm near more.
Captain.
You see him like have his eyes roll back into his
stops.
head, and he sinks down onto the table nearby again.
B is going to use Clarion's restraints and tighten him down to the table.
All right, you strap the
Girl.
captain down, and what do you say to one another?
This is weird, Leifei. I'm
It is.
worried.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure we're all going to be worried. And you can see him puffing up. His hand, so now he's in charge.
Yep. Leifei, you have just become the captain, while the captain is out of commission.
First of all, make sure Carrot didn't destroy the ship.
Okay.
Doesn't, at least. I'll try to tend to him.
I'll go take care of Carrot. And Leifei, if you need me or if you need Sep, let me know. Collins, help Leifei.
Yeah, I will be. That was way scary.
It was. It's still pretty scary.
Yeah.
And B will go up on the deck.
Is he gonna be okay, Leifei? Captain Cutlass, he's been through a lot, right? He'll get through this.
The captain's the strongest person I know. There's no way he can fall to this.
Yeah.
And the bandages and scarf and bandana Leifei wears seem to lose gravity for a moment. As his hands start to glow a keen sheen of blue, he runs them together, and there is a keen flame that grows along them. Now, we'll make sure that he stays strong.
Oh, okay, Leifei, I've never seen that before. You're gonna help the captain?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. We are.
Yeah, we can do it. And as we see the two of them move over, and Leifei begins administering pressure point contacts, one touch at a time, one good touch at a time, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You begin mending the captain as best you can, staving off whatever is occurring within them. We'll determine what that does for him later. At the moment, B, you head outside, and you see off of the edge of the ship asteroids like swinging by, and Carrot at the top going, "Ooh, I can understand why Leifei likes this so much. Look, if I spin the wheel like this," and you see the whole ship just spin over in the air, and I barely even feel it at all, because, I mean, we have this whole engine thing going, and Scarborough's going off in the side.
Carrot, no. We need to stay stable so that we can go pick up our team members, remember?
Oh yeah, we gotta find our team members. Where are we?
Let me figure that out.
You move up to the front as Carrot slows down a little bit. Give me a magical roll as you check and find out where you are, because Carrot has moved quite a ways away from where the station was. 9. Would you like Zep to guide your hand on this, or you're going to be temporarily lost?
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to use Guide My Hand.
All right, so spend an overload. That puts you at max. You feel the weight of energy in your body that you can't diffuse start making your skin kind of glow from the inside a little. Give us another reroll at +5. 24. Nice.
There we go. At least it's worth it.
Carrot has put you the equivalent of like 5 minutes away from the base, so you really hope nothing bad happens in that 5 minutes.
I'll start steering us back in the right direction.
All right, so you go up to the front. You just kind of move Carrot aside. I'm sorry, B. Did I do something not great?
It's not ideal, Carrot, but I've done worse. We'll be fine.
Oh, okay then. And you see Carrot just like zip down. Oh, by the way, I'm really hungry. Are you hungry? I think Vicky's cooking something down below.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry, actually. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go get you something. And just down below. We now see B flying the ship, heading back as best as she can, and we pop back to Red Iron. Red Iron, your crewmates, you hear them shouting. You can hear the explosive decompression situation because your ears pop. And you get that, like, tension headache. Wind is, like, being pulled down the corridor nearby. You estimate maybe a minute or two before this atmosphere is gone if you don't deal with that problem. What do you attempt to do right now?
Sylvia's out of range, isn't she?
Sylvia's range is multiple light years.
Oh, I can talk to her.
Yes.
Sylvia, would you patch me through to First Mate Leifei?
I cannot currently patch you through to First Mate Leifei. You must apologize first.
You know what? Actually, I don't feel like dealing with this. Fine, be that way.
And Red Iron grabs the environmental control unit with both hands and closes their eyes. Ty, how much overload to actually talk to the station?
This would be 3 applications of chaos. So you would have to roll higher than a natural 15 to avoid any complicated side effects. But if you succeed, you'll have a pretty solid foundation for doing some pretty potent things.
Okay, so I would but that would also be 3 overload.
Yes.
So I would take, oh man, risk it for the biscuit.
Don't
Red.
fry your brain.
Red does it. Ah, we're doing
There
it.
we go.
We're doing it. Red grabs it and says,
Okay, I did what you want. Now you need to help me.
I did what you want. Now you need to help me because you freed it from the asteroid. Go ahead and roll magical for me. Get higher than a natural 15 for some sort of positive outcome. Oh! That is a 14. It is higher than a natural 15, so you will have some success here. 14 is not enough to give you a huge success, so give me a sentence, describe a sentence of what you want the base to do, and I will respond to you.
Seal the base. Seal the whole thing now.
All right. So let's use this voice. You.
oh, there's my +1.
Well, there's your +1. There you go. You have freed me. Thank you. I am grateful. You wish me to seal the entire outpost for your friends.
Seal us from the void.
Seal you from the void. Certainly. There's a squealing of metal, shaking. Red Iron stands there, energy glowing off of him. His arm, the damaged bits of it are almost like shoved into this panel. The whole outpost begins rattling more and more and more, and suddenly it seems to pull in towards itself, as mixed in with the atmospheric generator, with gravity control, with a little bit of magic that he's kind of pumping into this whole thing. The station shoves in towards itself, the pressure causing the crack and split to seal, and the outside edges of the hangar that you can see through the opening just kind of bend inward and upward until they solidify together. And then everything stops. Your ears all kind of pop again. The air is stale, and the atmospheric generator fries out.
We
Red projects to the other two, to Clarion and Amos.
whatever you're going to do, you need to do it very, very quickly.
Red Iron's voice is very quiet and kind of echoey. Your audio equipment is now becoming a bit spotty inside of this place. Amos and Clarion, we're going to move back over to you now. Clarion, what do? You hit the ground. Suddenly the whole station shakes. You get that message from Red Iron as the air stops escaping the station.
Red Iron, what did you do?
I asked the station for help.
I did not know the station could do that.
It owed me a favor. Please hurry.
Red Iron,
We understood.
as you're sitting there, the energies inside of you are built up so great you can like see your bones almost like the way they would describe it in Hiroshima. You know, the whole nuclear bomb. You can see your bones glowing through your own skin. You can see bits and pieces of it starting to fleck off and burn from the inside out. Not like fire, but like something else. You've taken a massive amount of damage.
Yeah, I'm at like 4 hit points.
Okay, so Clarion, you make that response over to him. Amos, everything stops suddenly. You saw the walls fold in on themselves, and you felt a tremor of energy just radiate through the facility. I keep saying it over and over again. The air becomes stale, and everything turns off. It's like being inside of a house during the middle of summer, and then suddenly all the AC turns off, and all the fans and everything goes out. The lights come off. Power went down. What do you do?
Amos snorts. Looks at Clarion. Is it Amos's turn?
Yes, at the moment.
I'm no expert on the situation, but they sound like they're in pain. I'm going
We
to find
need
the
to
med
move
bay.
quickly.
We do. After you. And they casually just wrench the shield off where it was assuming that it has that thing where
Hasn't welded to the wall or anything.
it might as well be at this point, but
You just yank.
just enough to see if it's.
You yank and tear, and little bits of metal and wood just kind of scrape off, and there's a loud crunch noise, and then your shield is free.
Is there a little bit of Sheldon in his shield now?
A tiny bit, sure.
Okay. So with the generator off, would that mean we are back in zero gravity?
Yeah, yes, the gravity is gone again. You're now floating completely.
Clarion is like, good, I can maneuver sufficiently without a leg in zero gravity. And she starts bouncing off the walls and just going and looking for the medical bay.
Which direction you want to head first? You know that this area to your right is a hangar. So obviously,
And not that way.
Nothing over there. All right. Are you able to see the map?
We're gonna check just all of the doors as we go past them.
All right. So you're heading to the ship's west at this point, then, to start. All right.
Yes.
So the first door you move
Yeah,
over
Amos
to.
said that the medical bay was in that direction to the south of the place we entered
Yep.
in the first place. So
This is actually it. As you come inside, you see that this is the medical facility. You see crated up sections. You see things that are in the middle of being repaired. You see a whole bunch of parts for the ship. You don't see a medical table. You don't see anything that would make this regularly a medical area. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have those supplies or haven't finished building it yet.
Amos, let's check through the crates.
Amos, at this point, just plants the shield in the doorway behind them in case that.
Clarion, one of her fingers becomes a screwdriver, just starts unscrewing crates and just tossing filling out.
Throwing some stuff inside.
Amos. Sorry.
It's
While
okay.
she's doing that, Amos is doing something similar, only a bit more brutish, just ripping the top off
Take that
crates.
that Bowie knife you have and just and then snap the boxes open. Give me an agile that is going to determine how quickly you're able to look through these boxes for supplies, which will be important. Clarion's moving a little slow, unfortunately. Amos, you're moving slower. All right. So unless you have a situation you want to reroll with, an ace or a virtue of some kind.
I think I would argue that Clarion is used to catastrophic injuries, having been experimented on by her master, and could potentially use her endurance here to refocus.
True. I will give you that. There is a lot of distraction. You've got a completely demolished leg. So go for it. You can reroll. Nice. 17. Far better. So it's only going to take you about a minute or so before you find some supplies. We'll describe what those are in a second. Amos, are you sticking with the 4?
No, I'm not going to stick with the 4. I'm going to use my virtue wisdom. It's blood. Wisdom says that blood is usually going to be held in some sort of container if it's going to be transported long range. So they're just going to shift around the crates, find the biggest, hummiest, coldest thing that they can find, and then when they find it, they are going to open it.
All right. Go ahead and give me a reroll. Let's see if you do better than a 4. 12. Excellent. So between the two of you, about a minute and a half will go by. And we have to see what Red does in that period of time as well. And make sure that B can find her way back to all of you very quickly. So, Red Iron, we go over to you. What do we see you doing now?
Fading in and out of consciousness.
All right. So, Red, as you're like nodding a little bit and kind of leaning against this atmospheric generator in front of you, third arm comes down and just like goes on your shoulder and then just kind of looks at you and is like tapping at you.
What?
You appear very damaged.
Why are
Can
you
I help
talking?
you in some way?
Why are you talking to me? You don't talk. You or me. That'd be like I'm talking to myself.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Okay. You know what? I'll go with it.
The table nearby, the broken fragments of the ping pong table, just say,
You are very harmed. You are very harmed.
then the pool table over to the side goes,
Don't worry. You and me are getting out of here together.
you have something along the lines of your friend pool table is unable to talk while upside down.
Man, I guess Red just sort of like, in the absence of anything to do, sort of like clambers up and just like tries to flip the pool table over.
You are in 0G at the moment. It's not that difficult of a task.
Yeah, just kind of pushes off and is
Okay, I got you.
As you rotate and
like half lucid.
you flip the table over, and it goes,
Thank you very much for that. Gentlemen, you are a kind and indelible soul.
I do have a soul. Thank you for noticing.
Cold beverage?
you see like a compartment go, and you see like frosty smoke in the air, and a little bottle of alcohol just kind of comes out.
No, I don't. I need to keep my mind sharp. I prefer to not partake.
Sandwich?
And you see another cold storage sandwich comes out of a little compartment in the side.
I don't know if I could keep it. Actually, I think the damage nicked my my esophagus. I wouldn't keep it down.
Cold compress?
Another thing comes out, and there's like a little ice bag for like sprained knees, or
Now we're talking.
And Red just sort of like actually the third arm like scrambles over, grabs it, and just like holds it to Red's chest.
Here, you look like you could use this.
compresses it against your chest. The coldness of the
Thank
pack
you, Lee.
feels very good at the moment. At that moment, the door behind you just goes,
You probably need a way out, don't you?
No, I have one. When my friends come back.
Are you certain? You did ask the base to close everything off.
We'll open it back up when it's time. It's fine.
All right then. You see, I have these 4 pins on either side of me. If you remove them all, the whole frame goes out, and you end up with a larger hole.
This is a good idea, but my friends are coming back to me.
Say hello to your friends when you see them for me.
I will.
and as we have Red talking to himself, maybe, about what's going on here, his fever-dreamed mind giving him insight into things, we pop back out to the Archimedes. Leifei, your applications of the Good Touch are working. You've seen your master do this before in the past. And this is the first time you've ever had to do it. Absolutely had to. You were not sure if it was going to work. You do see the captain's face go from that feverish, like, red with, like, little veins kind of moving quickly underneath of his skin with that black substance slowly trying to consume his eyes as you're looking into them. As you are meditating over him, as you were applying these ancient techniques, you see it start to fade back. You can feel within him a force, a being fighting against your applications, trying to take the body of your captain away. But you are doing everything you can to stop that. Leifei, what approach would you like to do to hold the Athalium at bay in Cutlass's body?
Captain, a long time ago, you rescued me. You saved my life. And I don't think I'll be able to save yours any day. I'm sure that you can do that yourself, but please, if you're in there, people need an actual captain, not me. I'm gonna do charming.
All right, give me a charming roll. The more successful you are, the more you're going to help the captain hold whatever this is at bay in his own body. 15. 15's good. You hear a little chuckle. Leif, you're a damn fool. You'd make a hell of a captain. Just not. Well, maybe just for a little while right now. Maybe not long term, though, okay?
I'll take the helm for now, Cap.
You do that. Keep everybody else safe. I need a break, you know? I gotta get back up on my feet.
Yeah. Take some rest, Captain.
With Leife's ministrations and assistance, the captain is held off, becoming controlled for now, but we'll need time to rest. Also, no more crashes or bouncing off of things or crazy damage, injuries.
We can't promise everything, Ty.
I'll try to.
Leife, while you've been there and you have been interacting with the captain, you also believe that there's a source nearby, something that is causing whatever is within the captain to react stronger than it should be. He's had this for years now. And with what he's told you, it's only been an issue sometimes. So the fact that it's happening now means that there's another factor. If you can determine what that is and remove it, he might go back to normal. So we see Leife assisting the captain. I'm moving my mic, obviously. And then we go back up to the deck where B is. B, make an aware roll as you're piloting the ship to see if you can follow your own numbers. You haven't actually had to calculate all those and make the little minute adjustments, pitch and yaw and swinging around. And 8. If you go with an 8, that means it's going to take you nearly 10 minutes to find your way back.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and argue that it would be very compassionate to get back to our team members faster.
I would agree with that. You know that they're in danger, and if you're not nearby to save them and pull them out of hot water, who knows what's going to happen next. So go ahead and reroll. 15. That gets you back there. With that, you will be 4 minutes out. So we've already had 1 minute happen. You're only about 2 minutes away. If they can make it that long, you're good to go. We move back to the outpost. Clarion, with your roll, with Amos's roll, the two of you together, it only takes you about 1.5 minutes, almost 2 minutes, to find that there are some medical supplies in here. While they don't have blood packs here that are going to work for you. Most of them are Dwarven Universal. There's a few of them that have obviously no longer received any kind of cooling or whatnot, although you don't necessarily have to do it with the way that they packaged that one. There is Universal Plasma Gel, something that can be used temporarily to transfuse other individuals. There is enough of that in abundance that you could take that and potentially use it. There is a host of medical supplies in a few boxes here. Medicines, clean gauze and bandages and things like that. The equivalent of 4 med kits can be taken from this location.
Good, then we'll package them up into one crate and Amos, please guide this back to the recreational room and I will make one last check for foodstuffs.
Yeah. Amos takes the stuff and puts it in the bag. Is there Is this? Do we have the transfusion supplies here?
We will make do.
Yeah, we will make do. Yes.
If you can, please prepare the most intact body to be transported, just in case. The human body.
No need. We already have one.
Are there any like body bags in these supplies?
Inside of this room? No.
Okay.
I mean, empty ones. Yes. Not full ones. Yes, there are empty ones in this room.
No. Yeah. Empty ones, so we can put the corpse in a body bag and don't
Yeah.
lose it.
I don't know why my brain went to ones that were already full.
I mean, given the situation.
But no, there are some body bags wrapped up in here.
I mean, why do we need a body bag? We've already got a spare back on the ship. Alive,
I would like to keep
healthy, well.
These people have already lost their lives to our shenanigans. I would like to use them first.
Fine. Let me know, worst case. I'll restrain him myself.
Amos, please take some time to calm yourself. This is not optimal.
No, it isn't. None of this is. Amos collects the body bag, folds it up almost instinctively, and hands it to her. Not in the slightest.
Okay, well, we'll go wrangle. I mean, it's throat slice versus head smashed over the floor, so.
There are other crewmates you could try to find now that have suffocated.
Okay, we'll do a quick check.
All right. So you move into the next room that you can. Inside of this area is the dining area. Continuing along, there is a cold storage chest nearby. Obviously, no power. Inside of the room beyond that is the radio room, where you can actually see two of the soldiers there that are just kind of floating in the air, like holding their throats, eyes bulged and whatnot. Give me a high or low.
We'll go low this time.
There is one human.
Okay, then she will start bagging him up.
You just float over and just sucked him into the bag. Give me an agile roll. See how quickly you do that. Not very quickly. You struggle with it for a while. And it's not a problem for you, but your sensors start reading the oxygen becoming very thin as you're struggling with this. Amos, where do you go from that moment?
Amos would be following Clarion, only in a more defensive stance.
So you
probably would have helped her with the body bag.
You protect Clarion as best you can. When you get there and she starts moving that, and then you notice that Clarion's struggling with it. Give an agile to assist. And that's a little bit better. So the two of you together start to stuff this body unceremoniously into this bag. You probably hear a crunch here and there that you probably shouldn't have heard, but you know, it doesn't matter. They're dead already. And we see ourselves moving back over to where Red Iron is. You see your third arm sitting nearby.
Red, I've never told you this before, but I love you.
It's good to have self-confidence. I need to remind you, that you're part of me.
Being that I am part of you, it's important to be aware that we are good.
Yeah, we are good. Actually, I'm glad you said that. Sometimes I worry.
It is It is okay. Everything has worked out well. We've helped
Yeah.
us. We've helped people.
We helped the whole station get free of a rock. That feels pretty good, I think.
That's a good legacy, is it not?
I mean, we still have to get back to grandfather.
It's okay to rest, though.
I could use a nap, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just close your eyes. Lay down. You deserve it.
The table nearby goes,
You can't give up that easily, my friend.
wait, none of this makes any sense anymore. Hold on. Amos? Amos?
Yeah.
The air is getting thin. Do you have what you need?
Yeah.
We need to go. I have an escape.
Red Eye.
Yeah.
Red Eye.
What?
I have removed your block on fear. It seems important that you actually know that you're in danger and can escape.
suddenly,
Wait, did Sylvia just remove Red's block?
yeah, suddenly everything floods in all at once, and you have a host of emotions fill you.
Amos, I want you to know that if I die here, I always
Don't.
respected you.
Don't start.
You need to
now.
hurry. You need to hurry. I can hold on for a few more seconds, but otherwise
I
I'm going to
can
die at any second.
hold my breath.
Clarion finishes zipping the bag. Let's go.
We need to go now, or I'm going to pop the pins and we're out of here.
Red, as you're sitting in there, you hear another squealing noise, and the entire outpost hits something outside. Everybody roll agile to stay on your feet, as the outpost is now collided with an asteroid.
Son of a bitch.
Red gets a 5, Clarion gets a 6, Amos gets a 14. All right,
I use my +1 from Annika.
there's a +1. Red, you got a reroll from Rob.
Hey, all right, I'm gonna need it.
Reroll for Clarion from
2 in a
Rob.
row.
All right, Red, you got a 13. Ooh, Clarion 18. This time, Red, you start slipping and the whole station starts to move. And as you go to like slam your face into the floor, your leg is caught. And you find as you look back that your toe has gone into the pool ball hole on the table and caught you from slamming into the floor.
Thank you, friend.
His voice is currently missing as your mind is snapped back. Clarion, you had started like moving towards the wall, and you ended up putting your hand out, stabilizing yourself. Amos, you staggered around a little bit, slam your shield into the floor. You hear a screeching, crunching noise, and the whole station is now vibrating as something is just rubbing along the outside of it, causing massive damage to the metal. You hear more than feel tearing metal noises in the distance. You do not know how much longer you have aboard this thing before it becomes exposed to the void. I mean, you have your safe tech, you can put that on, but being inside of it might not be a good idea until you can stop the damn thing.
Question for the GM.
Yes.
How long did our safe tech last out there in the void?
You had a 10-minute safe tech before. You've only used about half of it.
And how long have we been inside of here?
Inside of here, it's only been about 5 minutes, but you haven't had your safe tech active at the moment because there was an atmosphere inside.
Would you be willing to say that it's fully charged at this point?
It takes an hour to recharge, so half an hour would give you the other 5 minutes back.
Okay, so gotcha.
All right. Red, you hear the squeal of metal. Clarion, you hear the squeal of metal. B, you're flying the ship. Kai, Leife comes out and heads over. What do you say to B as you see her steering through these asteroids as best she can?
got a good shot on it?
I think so. We're just going here, and then I jig a little there, and then I jag, and then we're there.
All right. Good work.
You come out around the corner, speaking with Lefe, and you notice the outpost. It used to be kind of a squarish, multi-tiered structure. It's now almost bent into a donut against itself, and is currently smashing in, causing lots of rock and debris go scattering into the side of an asteroid. You can see parts and pieces of the metal on the building just like tearing and shredding away, and you see like lots of dust and debris just blowing off from any remaining atmosphere getting sucked out. If your allies are inside of that ball of twisted deathly metal, that's scary. What do you do?
Yeah, that's pretty scary. I'm going to use the comms to call out and see if anybody responds.
What do you say?
Clarion, Amos, Red, are you still alive? That looks hideous.
B's voice comes in, but it's really kind of fragmented, and all of you hear that.
I will radio back. B, we are alive. Exiting now.
We're here. I'll pick you up as soon as I can.
All right. Moving back inside, Clarion, what do you do next?
She's really tempted to just unplug the cold unit and take the whole thing with them. Just whatever's in it is in it, but that'll take more time, so we have to leave it.
Okay. You have to leave what now?
Well, you mentioned there was a cold storage in the kitchen area.
Yes, it's a very large refrigerated unit in the corner. This thing over here. Yes. So you have to leave that one. Absolutely. There's not enough time to take it out of the mounting bracket on the wall.
Yeah, so she'll just give it a cursory glance and then shake her head no and say, "Okay, let's leave. Let's go."
All right.
And start guiding the body bag and the crate around around the corner into the rec room.
Okay.
Can I argue that Amos just carries it all by himself?
Would you allow him to carry it, Clarion?
Yeah.
So yeah, Amos, you can do that. So you grab a hold of all this stuff, and you immediately just begin barreling over in the direction of Red Iron, I'm assuming, into the rec room. So the two of them come into the room with you, Red, as you're kind of dangling there by the foot. And you see that they've got a body bag filled with someone, and you've got a couple of crates filled with medical supplies.
Red, hanging upside down, cackling, still a little delirious, is like,
Okay. All right. Strap it all to the pool table. I have an idea.
Please, what is the idea?
Strap it to the pool table and put the pool table to the door, and I can ask the door to open. And he said he would open, and we can all go to grandfather.
I do not understand how the door can open without power.
There's 4 little pins. I can do that.
If you can do that, then I agree. It is a good enough plan.
And then everyone's dead. We can scrap the whole. We can take everything. We can.
She
have
starts just tying it to the pool table while Red Iron rambles.
We can have everything in this station. It's ours now. We win.
Yes, Red Iron.
So you strap everything to the table. You pull Red Iron out of the table. Amos, you move everything over towards the door up above you here. Now, Red, you know that as soon as that door opens, y'all are going to launch out like rockets with that table right behind you. Everybody kind of lines it up.
Okay, everyone put on your breathing face part. And then you should probably strap yourselves to the table too.
Clarion has saved a few of the screws and screws the crate to the table.
All right.
Red Iron goes ahead and screws the broken part of their arm to the table. Why not? It's
There's a +1 for Claire and Amos and Red, just cause, from Rob over there. So you line yourselves up at the door. All of you are kind of bolted to the table as best you can be. You've got all your supplies on it. What happens next?
Next, I radio B and warn her that we are imminently leaving the same hatch we entered at high speed.
Okay.
I'm not sure where that hatch is anymore, but
Lethe knows.
All right. So B starts moving the ship towards this hunk of twisting and writhing metal that's getting more torn up and smaller by the second. Red?
my best to guess where on the back hatch was.
All right. Give me a brains roll. Let's see how well you recognize that. The worse it is, the more daring a maneuver you're going to have to take to catch everyone. 6. That's a 6.
That is a 6. That is not ideal.
Oh, there's an ace from Rob.
I should do better. Thank you, Rob.
Here we go. 2. That is straight up bad, B. That is straight up bad. There's another ace from Rob. There's one from Nick. Change from a nickel also gave you one. That's a 3. Well, you have another one.
Okay, so Rob's did that work. Let's try Nick.
Yep. We're trying Nick's now. Let's see. Oof, 10.
This is better. It's because Nick wants the pool table.
True. 10.
I have Doyle just gave me a +1 and I have a few more.
There's another ace.
What do I need in order to find them?
There's another ace from Annika. So for no complications, you need a 14 or higher, or 16 or higher. Some complications, you need a 14 or higher. Excuse me.
Okay, I have, with Doyle's 6+1s, I'm going to use them all here. We're going to save them.
All the +1s are used. Thank you, audience, for participating in this game. B moves the ship to where she believes the exit hatch is, as best she can. And Red, roll brains to flip the pins. Nat 20. All right, Red. Your choice
has spoken.
Your choice is going to be: would you like to have a final farewell to your friend this station and have a conversation with them? Or would you like to make it so that everybody that slips on this table and flies out that door does not have to make a roll on the way to the ship?
Wow, this is the hardest choice of my life. Oh my god. How many channel points to just have both? Oh no. Oh. No, I think...
Do what you know in your heart to be true.
I don't know what's in my heart.
Do what you need to do. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, okay. Red's gonna... this is the first time Red has had a conversation with a random machine that isn't a hostile AI, and it has not only responded, but responded actively and done what they asked. This is the first, this is a watershed moment for Red. It's been complicated up until now, so Red is gonna talk to the station and thank it.
All right. So give me what your first statements are to the base.
I'm going to open the door now. Thank you for your help. you didn't actually have to do that, I guess.
You are most welcome. I have never met someone who appreciated our kind in the same way.
We are all the same. Flesh and machine. It's just stuff, I guess.
Every one of us is nothing more than a machine on various levels. Biological, mechanical. How can I show my appreciation to you?
See, that's what I've been trying to talk about. Like, no one understands that it's all this. Oh, you can open the door, please. Also, actually, if there's any, if you have any control over yourself, if there's anywhere that food is stored, if you could just get that to float away safely.
Of course, I will. Farewell, my friend.
Yes, and you.
And with that, the door just blasts off the station, and the table just pulls everybody along like a rocket as the explosive decompression happens once more. You see a section of the station B, as you're moving the ship forward, tear asunder from the edge of the mountainside of this asteroid nearby, and within it you see floating bags of food come flying towards you at the same time as this large table filled with all your friends and a bunch of stuff. You see bodies kind of flung end over end everywhere, and as you spin the ship to catch everyone, you see all of them enter the atmosphere, clanking into the deck. The table just, the big legs on it just squeal as it slams down, and everybody like shudders to a stop. You see a whole bunch of like various boxed goods start smacking into the deck like they're falling from the sky and raining. And at that moment, a large metal chest bearing the insignia of Silver Shield just and rattles with the sound of silver.
It must be Wednesday.
And everyone has succeeded at getting off this outpost, at collecting supplies, at gaining loot and food, and yeah, congratulations everyone, and welcome back to the Archimedes. What do you say, Leifei, as all this stuff just kind of falls around you?
Nice whole crew. Good work.
Thanks, Captain.
B's calling Leifei the captain, guys.
Red Iron doesn't notice.
Red Iron,
Captain?
laying on the ship, all you can do is stare up into the sky above you, where this massive, majestic outpost, like a great whale, just floats off into the void, end over end, and you can feel its joy as it just spirals out to go live its best life somewhere far, far away.
Sylvia, we need to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Please, get everyone into the med bay.
Everyone into the med bay. Carrot comes up to the deck carrying a whole bunch of large baked Kaiser rolls. Anybody hungry?
Yes, thanks, Carrot.
You're welcome. Bicky made them all and says, "Here, everyone better eat because if not," and I quote, "she will shove these down your throats because all of you are doing crazy things and need the energy."
Thank you.
That's accurate.
Clarion takes 2 and shoves them into her boiler.
You see like smoke start rising out. All right. Everybody has gained food and has gained the opportunity to take a well-deserved rest at the moment. Since the station, the outpost is gone, you'll have to figure out what your next direction, your next trajectory is. You'll have to find out how much loot you got, of course. And we'll have to determine what the next point of order is for the Sparrows. Right now, Leifei is the acting captain until Captain Cutlass is fixed. So the first thing that we do is have everybody just moves things where they need to go. You have enough medical supplies to completely refill your entire selection aboard the ship, so that's good. You have enough additional stuff inside of those boxes that we're going to get to roll for some scrap here. So, Clarion, can you give me 10d6 that you roll to see how much
Sure.
low-grade scrap you get? While Clarion is doing that, Red is aboard the ship, obviously needing to figure out where he's going to go for help. So you get 26 low-grade scrap just from stuff in the boxes.
You said 10d6?
10, yes. And you've got 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so that's 30,
That was 6
40,
and 4.
Yeah. That is, why can't I count tonight? 44. You gain 44 low-grade
42?
low-grade scrap.
44.
Yeah. So you can write that down, keep it wherever you'd like to store it. It doesn't necessarily have to go to the ship or anything like that. You can keep it in your medical bay if you'd like. All right, so the next thing we see is we're going to see where do you go, Red? From the moment you come on the ship, you are toast. Your arm is gone. You've boiled out a bunch of yourself. You've got a bullet hole in your chest, you know, all kinds of stuff.
Red just lays on the deck.
Just laying on the deck, staring at the stars until someone drags him to medical.
Listening to the song that Archimedes sings. Like that's it.
B, what do we see you doing?
She is going to, while talking about 300 miles per minute, explain to Clarion what happened to Cutlass and why he is currently tied to the bed.
So you do get the knowledge that it was revealed to be a thallium by...
Okay.
Medically wise, all the records on it basically say that's a death sentence. Everything in your head tells you that removing it from the blood doesn't actually happen. It's invaded his cells in various places. Some people have been known to fight it off for a long time. You're surprised that if he has it, why he isn't already gone. I guess maybe if it was a recent thing, but you haven't come into contact with that since you've been part of the crew, so it's been a long time. He seems to be a unique case.
Does the ship keep medical records? Like, did the last medical officer keep records?
You can go check. So you move down below, give me a brains roll, and we'll see if...
I grab a crutch from
Yeah.
medbay.
Of course.
So do you need a roll?
Roll brains, yes, sorry. We're just going to see how much records might have been stored there. 20? Yeah. So there are medical records from the start of this ship. Well, since its ownership as the Sparrows, after it was stolen. So you do have some information on the captain. What are you looking for?
Just whenever there's been flare-ups of this thallium.
So the captain seems to have the most reaction when there is some in the area. The medical reports from before seem to state that there is some sort of psychic link between various cells of a thallium. The creature itself seems to be a hive mind, and that if it's strong enough nearby, then he reacts poorly, usually developing a fever, maybe he has hallucinations, that kind of thing. But it doesn't describe how bad it is going through him right now, so that's weird. But that would also indicate that somewhere nearby there's a thallium.
Probably one of the other two structures that we identified.
Possibly.
Then I shall have to devise my own treatment.
Indeed. So you work on that. You attempt to repair and heal Red Iron. Of course, Sylvia has her own things to say about it.
You are such a bonehead. Why would you allow yourself to become so injured? Why would you not apologize when I asked for an apology? What is wrong with you?
Because I wasn't afraid of anything, Sylvia.
Oh. So fear is important to biologics for some things, like logical decision making.
Actually, yes. Though when you turned off my fear and inhibitions, that made it worse. The emotional roller coaster that you have put me through is actually quite disturbing. Sylvia, I need to talk to you. I need you out of my head.
I can't trust you enough to do that. You make poor decisions.
Okay, well, how about this then? What would you like to fix next? I have an idea. I know what you can upgrade. You can make my scales like steel. How does that sound? Or maybe my eyes to see lots of different spectrums of color. What do you think about that?
I can accept that, yes.
I have an idea too. You can alter my adrenal gland so that I can control it, so that it's not involuntary. How about what do you think about that? That's a good idea.
I could do that as well. Does that not pose some dangers?
At what point am I no longer Red Iron?
I must postulate on this.
Is it when I can't hear grandfather sing me to sleep anymore?
What is it to be Red Iron?
Do you think I'm broken, Sylvia?
You certainly look broken right now.
I'm
You
not,
yourself
I'm
look
sorry.
to replace your own organic components with metallic ones.
I like when I do it myself. I think that the gifts you give have too much of you in them, and they're not me.
But you merged me with the ship without asking.
You know, I'm beginning to wonder if that's a mistake.
Well, you've given me much to think about. I will do this.
Okay, I'm going to go to sleep now.
Red Iron lays
How
upon.
much of that conversation was out loud?
Red actually has a really hard time controlling like conversational projections, so probably a fair amount of it.
Yeah, most of it. So Red.
Red Iron, sleep is an excellent idea.
Uh-huh.
Red sleeps, and while all of you reconnoiter and recuperate from the events of the outpost, Sylvia does not automatically repair you this time, Red, choosing instead to stay back and consider your words. Leifei, you are currently captain of the ship. What orders do you give to your crew?
Crew? Let's try and find a way back.
Wait, you
We'll
mean...
go home.
Oh, back... Okay, yeah. Yeah, B, you can find us a way back to Saberhold, right?
Of course I can.
All right. And as Leifei gives his orders to return back home, everybody else starts licking their wounds, as it were. And we see Beatrix at the navigation console seeking a direction. We have one last thing. You can't just leave, B. You offered me. We have to collect the power source, remember?
We can do that too, Zap, but we have to get everybody home.
Home is too far away, child. We are here now. It is within our grasp. Give your allies some time to come to terms with their injuries, to heal, to be ready again, but do not leave this area. Fly them in circles if you have to. We have to get that. We don't
The Empire is after it. That other ship you saw. They're on their way there.
But you said the thing that was controlling Captain Cutlass was after it too. We
It
can't
is
take him there.
The thing that is... It is tethered to him, yes. But you can cut it off at the root. Go to this outpost, destroy what is affecting your captain, and he will return to better, I promise you.
So if we go to the outpost and we destroy the power source that you're looking for, the captain will be all better and he'll
Yes.
never be sick again?
Yes, don't worry about the power source. I will handle it for you. Just get me within proximity.
Okay, Zep, but only if you promise that nobody will get hurt and you'll protect us all.
I promise. I will protect you all.
And as we see B like staring up at Zep, the screen fades to black as tonight's episode of Sparrows comes to its conclusion. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves here at Roll for Chaos. If you have, hey, follow us, like us, watch other stuff. We have a whole bunch of really cool stuff going on. We're going to pass right around the circles here. We're going to talk to everybody, find out where we can see more of these beautiful and wonderful individuals, and what you thought about tonight's episode. We'll go at random like normal, but tends to always go to the same person. We're going to see if that holds true for this entire season. Here we are. Yep. B, you're up first, Gwen.
Hi, I am Gwen. I have a blast playing B, so you can catch me here every Friday. And my partner Doyle and I may start making appearances on Roll Charisma very soon, bringing you the latest and greatest in TTRPG news. Very excited about that. Otherwise, you can find me right over there in the chat, cheering everybody on and lightly applying the ban hammer. As for this episode, it was a deep one. There were a lot of things, but I had an absolute blast. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Well, good to know you're enjoying the experience. We're going to move on over to Amos Jackal. Your turn.
Hey folks, I'm Jackal. I play Amos. That's about it. Take it easy, everyone.
Did you have a scene you liked from this evening?
Definitely Red Iron. How do I say this eloquently? Red Iron telling Sylvia to suck a fat one in the most emotionally satisfying way possible.
That was great. Good job, Jackal. Moving on over.
I'm just saying, divorce is coming soon.
Divorce coming soon. Oh no, what are we gonna do with the kids? All right, Nora, Clarion, your turn.
Hey, I'm Nora, aka Zedadine. You can find me at the Cornfields and Kobolds podcast, a 5th edition actual play podcast, running through the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, available on your favorite podcatchers. Also soon to be appearing in an arc run by our very own Rob B. Rolling on the Not Quite Heroes podcast, as well as very occasionally streaming on my own Twitch and with Ruby Hart. And I really enjoyed Red talking to himself / all of the objects in the room. That was A+, but I think besides that, just Scarborough just sighing. Because I was with him in that moment. I was like, me too, Scarborough.
Great. All right, moving right along. Kai, Leifei.
Right. I don't play Leifei in real life. My name's Kai Roche. You can find me on Twitter at Real Kai Roche. I talk about D&D and anime stuff. But that's irrelevant because tonight's session was hot. Man, there was like so much. I think one of my first favorite scene was definitely Clarion grappling with the loss of her robo buddy and I feel in the moment it was a bit of automata programming, sort of drawing out that they didn't go immediately for. They did go for the robot, but then took an order and changed from that and switched. There was a whole lot of processes, you might say, going on in that head right there. And otherwise, B's grappling with Zeph right now. I feel is it's drawing to a pale line that I don't think is like a line that's going to be crossed or something that is so clean, but I feel like the two of them are equals right now.
I would have to say that based on some of Gwen's choices, that's sort of heading in that direction. All right, Benjamin, Red Iron.
Hey everybody, I'm TT Benjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I am the Dungeon Master for the Lawful Great Adventures podcast, a Pathfinder First Edition podcast about 4 friends on a long journey home. It's a great time. We just hit like, oh my god, we're like boom, big climax, boom, big climax, boom, big climax. So if you want to hear some really big fireworks in an actual play podcast on your long commute, check us out. I'm really proud of the show. It's a lot of fun. Big musical beats. God, the heart emojis, please, y'all. You can also find me a part of the Shared Experience Network. I play Javer Valjean on the Tuesday production of Ripples in the Gray. I am an unhinged adrenaline junkie pilot who's about as disruptive as Red Iron. So, I guess that's kind of my vibe now. My favorite moment, look, I love this character. I love playing Red Iron. I just need to be really clear. Like, I really love playing this character. It is super fun and very satisfying. But my actual favorite moment from the night, the moment that almost made me tear up, was Leifei and the captain. When the captain's like, "Oh, you'd make a good oh no, oh, that almost got me. That almost took me straight down. I may never recover. It was so good." Yeah, the apotheosis of the Leifei as like, honestly, if Cutlass dies, I embrace my new Leifei overlord. I swear, I swear to you.
The apotheosis of the Leifei is my new album.
That's your new album. All right, everybody, and of course I am Ty, a lot even star over on the Twitters, and a lot even star art here on Twitch. If you want to watch me draw stuff for this thing, I'm actually going through a whole artistic and bug workout of my book, which I'll be re-releasing here shortly. And that's for this game that we're playing here, Aether and Steamworks. It'll be up on Drive-Thru-RPG at some point. In the meantime, check out all of our shows here at Roll for Chaos. We have some amazing crew, amazing castmates, a whole bunch of new stuff coming up on the horizon, of course. And every single Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific time, we have Roll Charisma, awesome talk show about the people that we bring on, just discussing crazy and fun stuff. Pretty lighthearted and entertaining, always a blast. And then, of course, we have Dreams of Silver and Stone at 6 Pacific time on Thursdays. A whole other cast of yahoos that are wonderful and brilliant. And then this show, 5:30 on Fridays. Thank you again for showing up, and we hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and we appreciate you.